Well, good evening, viewers. I'm Kamal Haynes of 284 Media. Today, viewers, we have CCT Live Challenge, where we have about 6 persons here about to compete for the grand prize of $5,000. Well, they will be competing in 5 challenges. The first, called the CCT Pyramid, where persons are basically tasked with stacking CCT branded cups in a shape of a pyramid. The slowest time gets eliminated. The second challenge is lime and spoon, where the objective basically for persons to walk the full length of a basketball court balancing lime on a spoon. If the lime drops, the person must start over from the beginning and the slowest time gets eliminated. Well, those persons who basically pass the CCT pyramid stage and the lime and spoon stage then advances to the stage number 3, which is waterworks. Now, what this stage entails is persons basically have to drink 2 16-ounce bottles of water, and the slowest person to finish drinking those waters basically are eliminated as well. And then you move on to the shoot for glory, where these persons basically have to make a 3-point shot, and the first 2 people basically would make a 3-point shot. Well, the first 2 people who make the 3-point shot basically advance to the final round, and this round is called through the eye of a needle. So in this final round, what happens is that those 2 persons, those final 2 contestants, will be spun around basically 10 times. And then after they would have finished, obviously spinning around, they're dizzy, of course. Then they're tasked with making their way to the challenge table, and they have to thread a needle. Basically, we all know what happens when you spin around about once or twice. So imagine being spun for 10 times. Then you have to thread a needle, and the first person basically to thread that needle walks away with the $5,000 grand prize, all compliments of CCT. So viewers, what will take place first is the contestant names, the 6 contestants, which include Tyree Maduro, Janai Call, Terrell D'souza, DeAndre Young, Kimberly Jardine, and Javon Parsons. Well, their names will be placed in a bag, and they would basically pull the names to see who goes first for this first round. So I think we're about to get started here at the Multipurpose Sports Complex here in Rotown, where $5,000 is up for grabs. So let's see what's about to take place here, viewers. Yes. So we have with us the lovely Khadisha Willock from marketing, CCT. She's about to pull the names of the individuals to see who goes first. So we have here, this is Janai Call. He's about to pull.
One paper. Don't open it yet.
Okay, they're not allowed to open in the piece of paper as yet. So all will pull the names first, or will pull a number, sorry, and then at the end when everyone have gathered the numbers together, then we'll unveil who pulled what to know who goes when.
Oh, it's so small. Wait. Okay. Everybody have a paper. You can open it now.
So everyone has a paper. They're about to unwrap the paper, unfold the paper basically to see what number, who has what.
First?
What's this name? Okay, so the soul lady would have pulled number 1, so she will be the first person for the CCT Pyramid Challenge. That's Kimberly Jardine. She would have pulled number 1.
Let's go, Kimberly.
So we're about to make our way to the table. As you can see here, on the table, we have a number of cups basically placed in the shape of a pyramid. Well, according to the information that I have, I think they're about, you have to disassemble the cups and then basically reassemble them, and who reassemble the cups with the fastest time basically wins the challenge and advance to the challenge. The slowest time will not advance to the final. Well, not advance to the next challenge. So Kadisha is about to count down from 5.
5.
to allow her to start the time.
3, 2, 1.
So Kimberly here is stacking the cups. She had a very unique way of disassembling the cups to ensure that she, doesn't spend as much time making a mess of it. Now she's reassembling them slowly but surely, all focused, making sure that she doesn't make any mistakes. I'm going to make my way around so I can tell you the viewers the time that she's basically doing it in so far. About 40 seconds have gone so far, and she's, doing her best. All steady gets the job done. All focused. And one more cup to place. And she finishes with 55.28 seconds. Under a minute. That was impressive. So viewers, we have Kimberly. She would have finished with 55.28 seconds. The first to go, so we have to see how the other competitors do.
Okay, second person, please.
So the second person we have,
Tyree.
and this is Tyree Maduro. So it's the time to beat is 55.28 seconds.
I'll count you down from 5, okay?
He's about to be counted down from Kadisha Willock, who will count down from 5 seconds,
5,
of which when she gets 0, he should begin.
3, 2, 1.
There we go. Mr. Maduro is making his way, ensuring that he basically disassembles the cup, ensure that they're all placed in one. Now he's making his way in terms of trying to assemble the cups. Viewers, it's much harder than it looks. Trust me. When you're doing it against a clock, anything becomes more difficult. And here we see Maduro, he's on the 3rd layer of the pyramid. Now about to make it to the 4th layer. 5th layer. And he does it in 46.94 seconds, beating the first time of 55.28.
46.94.
So we have with us now Janai Call. He's the number 3 contestant. The time to beat is 55.28. Or 2.26?
No, 46. Tyree will lie.
Well, you got to beat the slowest time.
Okay, right there.
So the time to beat is 55.28. So far, Maduro has the fastest time of 46.94, but that is not the time to really beat. The time to beat is 55.28, as it's presently the slowest time. So we have Mr. Call, who's about to begin this stage.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Mr. Call taking his time, using his technique that was used by the first contestant, Miss Kimberly. That was done extremely fast, viewers. Oh, Mr. Call is already to the 3rd, to the 4th. Now to the 5th, and now he's finished. And he finishes in 43.12 seconds. He has so far set the fastest time. That's 43.12 seconds. So what the time to beat was 55.28. He just made it look all easy, finishing it with the fastest time so far of the 3 contestants with 43.12. We would have seen Mr. Maduro done a time of 46.94 and Kimberly 55.28. So now we have Mr. Terrell D'souza.
Ready? I'll count you down.
He's taking his time.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All focused and ensuring that he's placing the cups one on top of the other to begin reassembling the cups. It's already to the second layer. Now he's to the 4th. And viewers, so far he has done a time of 40 seconds. And he would finish in 42.1 seconds. 42.41 seconds, viewers. So far now, he has the fastest time. So that's 42.41 seconds. So Mr. D'souza has the fastest time. So it seems as though the person who competes next beating the fastest time set. So now we have Mr. DeAndre Young. The time to beat is 55.28 seconds.
I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Mr. Young. So far making it look even easier than the other competitors. But that was done, I believe, in record time. He's already starting the reconstruction stage and he's doing it at haste. So far, viewers, 27 seconds has gone. And Mr. Young is concentrating on making sure that he gets it done. Still well beyond so he finishes in 45.96 seconds. That's Mr. Young. That's 45.96 seconds despite a little blunder at the end there just now. So now we have Mr. Parsons, the final contestant with a time to beat of 55.28 seconds. But let's see what he has in store for us, viewers.
I'll count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mr. Parsons, all the pressure on him now. He's the last contestant. He has a time of 55.28 seconds to beat. And it's all now about reassembling these cups to ensure that it forms a perfect pyramid shape. So he's already to the second layer of the pyramid. A little nerves I can see from the cup shaking, ensuring that he gets it placed perfectly on top of these cups. He's now to the 4th layer, viewers. And so far the time is 38 seconds. And he finishes in 45.44 seconds. 45.44 seconds, viewers. So according to the information I have here before me, so far the slowest time for this round was Miss Kimberly Jardine. So therefore it means she would have been eliminated from this round. I'm sorry. But we still have something for you. There are no losers here today. Only a major winner, but there's no losers. So she'll make her way over here to the CCT table where she'll be given a prize for competing, a prize for obviously being a CCT customer. You know, everyone is a winner here today. No losers. So just before she go, let's just tell us what's in this bag for this contestant.
So basically, she have a tumbler, a CCT tumbler. She has a voucher for 1 month free of CCT Live. She has a 284 media rag, a CCT rag, a CCT water bottle, a CCT fanny pack, and lastly, oh, hold on, a CCT mug.
A lot of prizes there. Miss Jardine, just a quick comment. I know you may be a little camera shy, but you know you was the first to be eliminated. You can come over here to the. You can just come take a step over here. You were the first to be eliminated. Just tell us how you feel right now. You know, you still would have been walking away with a number of prizes, including a free CCT 1 month subscription, basically. So just talk to me about how you feel right now.
I'm ready to go home. Thank you, guys. Bye.
She's ready to go home, viewers. Obviously, she's a bit disappointed, but nonetheless, she's a winner. As long as you're a CCT customer, you are a winner, and she would have had a consolation prize of a number of goodies, as we would have seen there in the bag just now. So, viewers, we're now to the second stage, which is the lime and spoon stage. Well, as you can see, just give the viewers somewhat of a picture of the entire court so they can see what the length of the court is. So basically, viewers, contestants are tasked with walking from one end of this court to the other. The slowest time at the end of the walk basically loses. So if someone basically walks with the lime on the spoon and the lime happens to drop in the process, even if it's a meter before the end, they have to basically start over from the beginning. So viewers, we're about to set up for that second stage, the lime and spoon stage, where the contestants, the 5 contestants, Mr. Tyree Maduro, Janai Call, Terrell D'souza, DeAndre Young, and Javon Parsons. And according to the information I just received, they will follow the same order they would have pulled initially from. So Miss Jardine was the first contestant. Now obviously she was eliminated, meaning therefore the second contestant, which would have been Mr. Maduro, he will be number 1. The other contestant would be DeAndre Young. Then it will be Janai Call. Then it will be Terrell D'souza and Mr. Parsons last in this particular segment, viewers. Yeah. You called number 2 just now, right? You had number 2 just now, right? So you number 1 right here. So we have Mr. Maduro, who's already at the beginning line. Come. So we're just waiting to start this round. Cause it's just counting down to 0. And Mr. Maduro starts. It's making its way up past the half stage. And he finishes. So viewers, I'm gonna make my way up to Kadisha to find out exactly what time he just finished in. Just so that we ensure that we keep you updated on the latest information and the most accurate information. That's 19.64 seconds. Wow, that was superbly quick. 19.64 seconds for Mr. Maduro. So viewers, the time to beat presently is 19.64, is the first time set. So I'm sure Mr. Call will be looking to basically demolish that time. Mr. Call starts. And he's making his way up. Steady gets it done. Concentration level 100. And he runs his way to the finish. That time must have been fast. That's 15.70 seconds, viewers. Very quick time. So viewers, we are now to contestant number 3. Mr. D'Souza. Just doing a little test run to ensure that everything is all set and done. No pressure whatsoever from Mr. D'Souza. And Mr. D'Souza, sorry, making his way up steady. And steady gets the job done, viewers, but it's not about being steady right now. It's about beating that time of 19.64 seconds, which right now is the slowest time of the 3 contestants so far. And that's 24.37 seconds, viewers. 24.37 seconds, viewers. So far, Mr. D'Souza has the slowest time with that 24.37 seconds. You would have seen, obviously, before Mr. Maduro competing first with a time of 19.64 seconds, followed by Janai Call, 15.70 seconds. And lastly, just now, Mr. D'Souza with 24.37 seconds. So now we have Mr. Young, DeAndre Young. Mr. Young making his way up. As you can see, viewers, he's much quicker than the previous contestant, Mr. D'Souza, and he's all focused with a mission in hand. And that mission, viewers, is to beat the slowest time of 24. Adjo.
Okay.
Viewers, it's a little discussion to be had to find out, iron out a formality.
Which line?
Okay, but if I just put over here, this time stop.
So wait, which line does it stop?
You stop at the one. So you stop after the one.
But I didn't stop there. So that means
She did all the turns. Everybody car. So it's like 16 to 20 or something. So you got something. You got to run so you can't sit on, you know? No, he passed the line.
No, I don't give them extra time after the class. Like, I supposed to actually stop his hair, then stop his hair. No one will say if the line comes before it falls. Yeah, follow me?
They don't understand it on the basis that if you stop it,
No, this is not the finish line. So if you pass that, I'm straight. I don't just stop his hair. Exactly. That's the finish line. So if we stop this, we have nothing on the back here. Then okay, then this is finish. I'll be 16:53, but I mean I would have to take off of everybody. Oh. Yeah, and then
okay, viewers, so we were just ironing out something there just now to ensure that we had the correct time for Mr. Young. His time was 16.53 seconds, which makes him basically the second fastest time so far. Just wanted to ensure that we got it right. With $5,000 up for grabs. So we have the final contestant of this round, Mr. Javon Parsons. The time to beat is 24.37 seconds. Viewers, Mr. Parsons is already off at a much quicker pace than we would have seen Mr. D'Souza. Mr. D'Souza's time was 24.37 seconds. And Mr. Parsons is fully committed. He's making his way, he's running, and he finishes. What time was that? 17.54 seconds. So viewers, the slowest time for this round would have been Mr. D'Souza, who had 24.37 seconds, which means Mr. D'Souza has been eliminated from the competition.
17.57.
So viewers, here is an overall summary of that round that just finished, which was the lime and spoon round. But we would have had Mr. Maduro competing. He was the first contestant with a time of 19.64 seconds. The second contestant was Mr. Janai Call with 15.70 seconds. Mr. Terrell D'souza, he was the third contestant with a time of 24.37 seconds, followed by DeAndre Young with a time of 16.53 seconds. And the last contestant was Mr. Parsons with 17.57 seconds, which ultimately means that eliminated from this round would be Mr. D'Souza with a time of 24.37 seconds, and that was the slowest time in this particular round. So Mr. D'Souza will make his way over here to the table to get his prize, which I'm sure will be similar to that of Miss Jardine, where he has a number of prizes compliment CCT, including 1 month free subscription of CCT Live, a number of goodies. Mr. D'Souza, I know you would be obviously disappointed, but just tell me in terms of how it feels overall. You're always a winner once you're a part of CCT, but just tell us how you feel right now.
I could have go faster. I feel alright still because it's good brothers and may the best man win, so nothing wrong with that. So everybody won still because we ain't come here with something. So we win, but $5,000 go a long way.
Yeah.
But it's good still, I can sit and watch, see who get it so I can help them celebrate and try to bribe, some kind of bribe.
Indeed, with all the best and Merry Christmas from CCT and 284 Media.
Yeah man, good vibe.
All right. Viewers will be going to the next round, which will be the Waterworks round. Viewers, the objective for this round is to drink 2 16-ounce bottles of water, and the slowest time will be eliminated from this round. So the contestants are making their way to the table right now, about to just gauge and I assume assess how they plan on going about drinking these two bottles of water. So Mr. D'Souza was the third, so which means the first contestant will be Mr. Maduro, the second contestant will be Mr. Cole, the third contestant will be Mr. Young, and Mr. Parsons will be the last contestant in this round. So we have Mr. Maduro here at the table.
Any rules on spillage? Any rules on spillage?
Huh?
Any rules on spillage?
You just don't spill.
You serious or you don't?
Yeah, don't spill. Drink it.
Okay. Okay. Turn on.
Ready? 5, 4,
First contestant viewers, Mr. Maduro,
3,
about to start this particular
1.
competition, and he's now his first bottle of water. Finishing the first bottle, what we call a straight pull, viewers. We can tell he's going to be at the bar tonight. $5,000 in mind. The second bottle goes, easy done it. Easy does it.
Training for the Olympic supplement.
Viewers, he finished that in 32.40 seconds. 32.40 seconds, Mr. Maduro. Making it look easy.
It's not easy at all.
Very much so. So we have Mr. Cole. He's a second contestant here. What we'll do is just remove those two bottles from off the table. Give him a clearer vision at these 6 bottles of water on the table so he can select which one he wants to take up. Oh, he goes for the middle.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Mr. Cole starts his process. Viewers, it's much harder than it looks. Mr. Cole is basically straight pulling this one as well. Oh, not so. Goes for the second bottle. So far, 29 seconds on the clock. .58 seconds, viewers. 38.58 seconds. Still under the 40-second mark.
I know what I would have been that happy. How much I get? How much?
38.58 seconds. So you have the second fastest time, but yet the slowest. 38.58 seconds. So now we have Mr. Young, DeAndre Young. The time to beat 38.58 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Mr. Young wasted no time to get that bottle to his lip, and it's basically forcing the water out.
Bottle needs to be empty.
Bottle is not empty, sir.
Empty.
On to the second bottle. Still very quick with his time. .89 seconds. So that was 31.89 seconds, viewers, for Mr. Young. But so far, he has the quickest time. So the time to beat is 38.58 seconds. and that's the time Mr. Parsons should be aiming to beat if he wants to advance to the next round.
Four, three, two, one.
And Mr. Parsons starts. Yours is much harder than it looks. One bottle down, second bottle to go. Right now the time on the clock is 22 seconds and counting.
Tackle it.
$34.99 seconds. 34.99 seconds, viewers. Which ultimately means that Mr. Cole had the slowest time for this particular round of 38.58 seconds. Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
God damn it. What?
Yeah, so Mr. Cole had the slowest time for this round, which means he has been eliminated. But as we say, there are no losers here at this CCT competition. There's no losers here at CCT. So viewers, he will be given a handbag full with a lot of goodies, as you would have seen with the first two persons who were eliminated, or the first three persons who were eliminated. So Mr. Cole, I know you're obviously disappointed. You didn't get the $5,000 prize you wanted, but nonetheless you are a winner.
Yeah, man, everybody's a winner. And we had fun. We had some cultural challenge. So anything about culture, I have some fun. But yeah, man. Bless up.
And you have a number of goodies here from CCT. Tell me what some of the plans you have in store for some of these goodies.
Well, I see a water bottle in here, so I'm going to stop using plastic single use, and I'm going to use more reusable water bottles. So yeah, man.
Great. Well, have a good Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Have a great Christmas. And you have also 1 month free subscription of CCT Live. So you'll be able to watch a number of channels and stuff, compliment CCT. So I'm not sure if you'll be sticking around to see what happens next. But we'll be moving now to the next stage of Shoot for Glory. Viewers, in this particular round, what happens is the contestants will be tasked with making a 3-point shot. But the first two people to make a 3-point shot advances to the final challenge.
You guys, somebody run all the way out there.
Okay, so for this particular round, is who made the first two 3-pointers? Or the first two people to make a 3-pointer. So basically, every single person is going to be shooting at the same time. Yeah. The first two people to make a 3 are the persons who are going through to the final round, which is through the eye of a needle. So this round is no timers involved. It's all about who can make the first two persons who make a 3-point shot. So just to be clear, just ensure that your foot is not on the line in no way or form or fashion, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Okay.
So we have Mr. Maduro, we have Mr. Young, and we have Mr. Parsons, who will be competing in this third round Shoot for Glory. So it's all about who can make the 3-point shot the first person. I'm sure would ease all the pressure off himself, but I'm sure for the other two contestants, they will be under immense pressure to be able to get that ball in before the other person does. So it's all about who can get the ball in from a three-point shot. The first two contestants basically are through to the final round with a 50% chance of winning that $5,000 cash prize. So viewers, the contestants are just warming up a little bit, just getting their arms warm, getting their hands warm, getting their feet a little bit warm to ensure that they have somewhat of a greater probability and a greater probability of making a shot from this three-point line. And we know, all fans, those who are NBA fans, that even the greatest basketball players, a lot of them are not handy when it comes to three-point shots. So let's see what $5,000 can inspire out of these three contestants. So Miss Wallop will count down from 5 seconds to commence this round. Trust me, I'm checking for it. I have to ensure that the contestants do not place their feet on this three-point line, therefore making it a two-point line. So far, Mr. Young is through. It's all to see if Mr. Parsons can make the three-point shot or whether it will be Mr. Maduro. So far, Mr. Maduro has lost his shoe, but he's still making it work with his one shoe. Mr. Parsons overshooting that one just now. Ooh, so close yet so far for Mr. Parsons just now. Almost did it just now from Mr. Maduro. Oh, and Mr. Parsons nails it for that three-point shot. So, viewers, we have our finalists. We have our finalists for the CCT Live Challenge. We have Mr. Parsons, and we also have Mr. Young. So Mr. Young and Mr. Parsons are through to the final of the CCT Live Challenge, viewers. A 50% chance of each to win that $5,000 grand prize. So it's all about threading the needle after being spun around 10 times, viewers. So we'll see who will be able to succeed and win this $50,000 grand prize. $5,000 grand prize, sorry, viewers. A little too excited. So viewers, we have Mr. Maduro getting his consolation prize. No losers here today. I know.
Thank you.
He also has a number of CCT goodies here, viewers, with some cups. Also 1 month free of CCT Live, viewers. You must come down to CCT and get this this new a lot of channels on board with a lot of basketball going on over the weekend. I'm sure he'll be able to catch up on that. So Mr. Maduro, I know it looked way harder than it really looked for the viewers, or it looked easier than it looked for the viewers.
Yeah.
Just tell me in terms of how hard it was in making that three-point shot just now.
Well, it wasn't that hard, but my shoe came off. And being full of water too it kind of turned me off a little bit. But nonetheless, good competition, you check. So we had a good show. I wish I could have stayed and thread needle for you, but next time.
So will you be sticking around to see who wins, or you will be making your way?
I'll be real with you. I can drink a rum and probably put on this whatever in here. I can go see one in my bag. Probably put some rum in this cup here. Thank you, CCT.
Great viewers. As I said before, there are no losers here today, only a big winner. So viewers, we're making our way to the final round, thread a needle. So according to the information I have here, the contestants, which is Mr. Parsons and Mr. Young, they will be spun around 10 times. And then you'll have to make their way to the table and thread a needle. So the person who threads the needle first.
Do you simultaneously?
Yeah.
Oh.
So both will be spun around the same time.
Who's spinning we? Yeah.
So according to the rule, I have the rule book here in my hand. One piece of paper, the rule book. So according to this information I have here, so the final two contestants will be spun around 10 times, or they will have to make their way to the challenge table and thread a needle. The contestant that threads the needle first will walk away as the CCT Live Challenge winner. So according to what I'm reading here, they will be spun around simultaneously, and then both will each make their way at the table, and whoever threads the needle first is the winner of that $5,000 cash prize. So viewers, we're just basically setting up for this competition, for this last final round, and we will see out of Mr. Parsons and Mr. Young who will come out victorious. Both have a 50% chance. Mr. Parsons, 50% chance of winning $5,000. How do you feel going into this final round?
I think the odds stack against me, as you can see. I got an extra pair of eyes, but the reason for that is I really can't see. So the little needle hold fine, so we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works.
And Mr. Young, 50% chance of going home before Christmas with that $5,000. How do you feel going into this final round?
As confident as ever. That's it there.
As confident as ever. You heard it, viewers. Mr. Young says he's as confident as ever. And Mr. Parsons has chosen.
Move your glasses, shut up.
Mr. Young says he wears glasses, but he doesn't have them on today. He trusts his eyes. So let's see who will be able to find that needle after being spun around 10 times, viewers. That round is about to begin.
No, man.
Can we get a close-up shot of this needle and the thread?
Give me a macro for that.
I'm going to bring it to you, viewers. What we have here.
I got your hat.
This is what we have here, viewers. This needle is extremely small, viewers. I myself can't thread this needle without being spun. I mean, I probably can't thread it in the time needed to win the $5,000, but we'll see, viewers. So both contestants will be spun around 10 times, and then they'll be making their way to this table, where they'll be trying to or attempting to thread this needle within the fastest period.
You got spinning still? Somebody wants to spin.
So viewers, I'll do the spinning. Like I can't, well, me and Kadisha, because I can't spin two people at once. So I'll just be tapping and assisting. But you have to spin fast as well. It can't be no slow. You know, so I would guide accordingly. Yeah. So yeah. So Kadisha will count down.
9, 4.
10.
3, 2, 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How much time is he spin? How much time is he spin? How much time is he spin?
It's spinning fast, you're going slow.
Viewers, Mr. Young is making his way. He's trying. It's not as easy as it looks, viewers. Both are attempting, trying their very best to try to get this needle to thread.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's all about technique. It's all about ensuring that that end of that thread isn't, the end of that cotton isn't destroyed.
Done. I pull it out.
So as long as you get it through, you have to pull it right through so we can see that needle going down the cord to ensure that it's properly threaded. It's much harder than it looks, viewers.
Right. This is my possible task. Let me split in here. Then I get.
Viewers, both are fully concentrating. Both are fully concentrating. It seems as though Mr. Young almost had it just now. For 2 moments, he almost had it, but it came back out at the very end because even though it goes through, you have to pull it right through to ensure that it goes right into the cord so we can definitely see that it has been threaded. Mr. Young, do you need glasses, Mr. Young?
I need patience.
He said he needs patience and strength. I only asked that question, viewers, because he said he wears glasses initially, so he said he trusts his eyes. We have Mr. Parsons here trying his very best. It's viewers, it's way more difficult than it looks, viewers. Concentration level, viewers, at 100 right now, viewers. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, viewers. I'm sure the 2 contestants are no longer dizzy. It's all about trying to just find the middle of this needle hole to be able to win this $5,000, viewers. Who would have thought? Threading a needle in the BVI would have gotten you $5,000. We have a winner here, viewers. Yeah. Mr. Young. Threaded it. He's the lucky winner of the CCT Live Challenge, Mr. Young. So we'll firstly, congratulations, Mr. Young. You are the winner. Mr. Parsons, congratulates Mr. Young. He would have won the $5,000. But how do you feel? You said going into this stage you was 100% confident. How does it feel now to be $5,000 richer?
I feel good. Merry Christmas to me.
So what are your plans in store for that $5,000 of extra cash going into Christmas?
You're going straight back into my business.
Straight back into your business. So just plug in your business quick. Here you're live on Twit 4 meters. Plug in your business. You would have now won $5,000. And viewers, what he said is the money is going straight back into his business. So just talk about what you intend to do with the $5,000 in your business.
Well, I just started a physical location for my graphic designing and printing shop called the Young GFX. It's in the Christopher building, right across from Bank of Popular, and I just opened on Sunday. That's what the money is going back into. So
viewers, you heard him. He just opened a graphic design business here, a physical location, because I'm sure he would have been doing it for a little while. He finally got to that stage where he would have, taken the step to open a physical location, and you have $5,000 of funds to pump into the business, basically, viewers. So I want to congratulate Mr. Young for winning the prize. But we'll go over to Mr. Parsons so he can get his consolation prize, and then we'll come back to the winner so he can get that big $5,000 check. So we have Mr. Parsons here. You got it. You made it through to the final. It's a 50% chance. Let's head in front of this backdrop here. So you had a 50% chance of basically winning that $5,000 grand prize. Speak to me about how difficult this final round was.
Well, after you got through the dizziness, that was the most challenging part. You know what I mean? Bearing away glasses, it was a little bit difficult to see the little pinhole needle. Same way, the thread had some split ends, so I really couldn't get it thread. Best of luck to my brother here. I mean, it's $5,000. That's a Merry Christmas. CCT Live. That's all I can say.
and obviously you would have you head back home with a lot of compliment praises from CCT.
You got some towel in here, I need them.
You have towel, you also have some cups, you have a mug, as well as a free 1 month free of CCT Live subscription. So just talk to me in terms of what you have in store for Christmas, and how you will be utilizing these goodies from CCT.
It's a busy season, I mean, I don't really have much downtime around these times. Family is one thing. I do a little bit of singing in my free time. There's a professional life, so I'm gonna be here and there and everywhere. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for love. I'm grateful for CCT.
Great. Well, viewers, congratulations. Nonetheless, there are no losers here, viewers, today. Mr. Parsons, he made it to the final, but unfortunately, he was the second place finisher. So thank you very much, Mr. Parsons, for competing. And as you said, there are no losers here once you're a part of CCT, viewers.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
So we have Mr. Young, who will make his way to... So we have Mr. Young, who will be making his way here in front of the CCT banner. DeAndre Young, the winner of the CCT Live Challenge, $5,000. What I can tell you though, viewers, is that when he came here, he was extremely confident from the first stage. From the very first stage, Mr. Young was very confident, and he had some very quick times going through the stages. So nonetheless, he is the overall winner of $5,000, Mr. Young. He will get his photo op moment. Compliment CCT. And just close out in terms of, I know you said you're pumping it into your business and stuff. Tell us what, or tell the viewers what makes CCT so good and so great as a provider, as a company which gives back to the community as well.
I'm thankful for CCT. They're actually my providers, my cellular providers, and I'm glad that it gave the public this opportunity, and just forever grateful for it. Thank you.
Great, viewers. Well, there you have it, viewers. The winner of the CCT Live Challenge, Mr. DeAndre Young. A very eventful night. We had 5 challenges. The CCT Pyramid category. We had the Lime and Spoon. We also had Waterworks. Then we had a Shoot for Glory with a 3-point, and Mr. Young was the first person in that particular round to have a 3-point shot. And then finally the Through the Eye of a Needle challenge, viewers, where Mr. Young would have been successful winner of the overall competition, making himself $5,000 richer. And as Mr. Young would have said just now, he plans to pump the money back into his business, a business he recently a business he opened physically for the first time last Sunday. So he intends to pump that money back into his business. Well, viewers, that's all we have for today here as part of this CCT Live competition. We would have made a number of persons smile. We would have made Mr. Young $5,000 richer, but overall there were no losers here in this competition today, viewers. I'm Kamal Haynes coming to you live from 284 Media, CCT. Viewers, thank you for joining us, viewers.